It's 8:10, so I should be getting at about 9 o'clock. I have to first walk from my house to the bus stop, and then from the bus stop I now go get a bus and then get into the office. I work in the city center. What I'm wearing today, I'm wearing this DKNY drop waist skirt rather. Yeah, it's very pretty. I love it. I've had it for a while. I didn't used to wear it that much when I was a bit bigger because, well, I was very sensitive about my stomach protrusion. But now that I have lost some weight, I am really enjoying wearing it. And then I have this cardigan on. It's not really a branded cardigan. I got this when I was in Turkey. I want to say I got it at a place called Chiclet. Yes, I think it was Chiclet by Galata. I think it was Chiclet at Galata, yes. So yeah, it's just a no-brand cardigan. I really, really like it. It's warm because the weather is a bit, the weather isn't cold, but it isn't hot either. It's just weird, somewhere weird in the middle. And I think it's nice and colorful. I don't have any shoes on because I'm going to wear trainers because I'm walking most of the way to the office. And then when I get to the office, I'm going to change into a pair of shoes. That is it. I'm actually later than I'd like to be to leave the house. So I shall catch you all later. See ya. Breakfast together, which is porridge. This is what I packed yesterday night and some tea. Then back down for well, I mostly meetings, to be frank. Like, that's what I do most of the days. Hiya. Sharing the snacks around. First half of the day is over. I'm now off to lunch because I'm off to lunch, I guess. See you guys. Anything else? What is that? It was a very purple one. Night crimson. Excellent. Yes. I'll just try them out. Yes. No worries.
Yeah. Take one of those, please. Cover star.
Let me double check the stock. We don't.
I bought what I'm going to buy, which is this one. Actually, here, which is 2 lip. That's why I bought lip products when lipsticks when I do wear lipsticks because they're pretty. And a lip liner, ombre lip. Ooh, just had a thought. Actually, I got this sculpt contour. maybe I didn't buy the right thing, but it's okay. It's bought now. Can it be returned, I wonder? I gotta think. But what do you think? Can you see my lips? Can you see me? I'm going to the ladies' room and you see. So I got this was the bad. This is the bad romance and the what is that one? Hold up, let me get it up. Pillow Talk Deep. This is what makes this lipstick. I decided this lip color. I decided not to go with the Nice Romance lip liner because I have something very similar in my Black Up JUN 11 jumbo lips. So I like this lipstick and the cover color. And the great thing about it as well is this will work really, really great with. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. This will work really, really great with my Fenty. That really dark brown one. This will work really great with that, the lipstick itself. I also got the crimson one. What is it? Crimson? Was it crimson? Yes, Night Crimson. I got that as well as a lip color. Why did I? Why not? I'm feeling my brain is farting right now. I want to spend money on lipstick, which I usually don't buy. But I got a voucher from, I did like a survey for the government and I got a free Selfridges voucher. So I thought I'd spend that. So altogether I would have come to 70 something pounds. With the voucher, which is 25 pounds, it would come to 79 pounds. With the voucher, which is 25 pounds, I paid 54 pounds. But then I used the wrong card to pay for it. There's money in the bank, there's a lot of, but now I just have to. But now I just need to transfer the money that I used from one account to the other just to balance out. That's all. Yes. So now off to go get me for lunch, and then from there going to Boots. This is my lunchtime. This is the time I usually get my additional steps in. So I have my steps in the morning, get some steps in during lunch, and then dinner I get after my dinner. I walk as well for about 30 minutes. So yeah, spending money I shouldn't be spending, but that is lunchtime for you as an employee. See you later. Thank you. Just got lunch. I'm thinking of returning the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner I got because I feel I have the darker shade, which is the main reason I got it, in Rihanna's, what she call that? That's her lip liner, the different one, the dark one, that dark brown one. I have that. And then the alternative is also, then the lighter one, I got it in the lipstick I got from Charlotte Tilbury, the Pillow Talk one. Yes. So I don't think it's worth me having the lip liner. I don't think, like, honestly, I should have the lip liner. I think it's just wasting money. Then the other one is the hold on, there's a vent. The other one I was thinking about leaving is the crimson, because say what you will, I have been moving away from red lipsticks recently, but that crimson looks very nice. But is it worth getting a lipstick that I now won't use? that I won't use. Currently at the Charlotte Tilbury counter at Selfridges, where I just bought those products, being told that I cannot return that. And it's interesting because when I had purchased it, nobody said anything. Now that I am in the process of complaining about it, I'm now, and I notified that nobody mentioned this to me during purchase, they're now talking about it at the till. There's a reason I don't buy things from certain brands, Charlotte Tilbury being one of them, Selfridges being another, and it's behavior like this. I shouldn't have gotten suckered in by them. I should have given my money to my people. Like you said, you can go online and have a look at what. So that's been resolved. Somebody from Selfridges did come down and was able to return, or I was able to do the return I wanted. And it's a marginally more exciting day today than my lunch normally is. Normally I just pick up my lunch, go back to the office, run whatever errands I have and be done with it. But obviously today I wanted to be interesting and exciting and decided to spend money. I should just have stayed in my office, honestly. Just gotten my breakfast, my lunch, and just gone to my office, because that was very anxiety inducing. You'd think that at my age, going into stores and being talked down to by 20-something-year-olds will not feel as demoralizing and nerve-wracking, but actually it does. It really does, because it just makes you realize, well, not realize anything. I think it just brings back that insecure 15, 18, 20-something-year-old that you were, who, when you first went into your first, like, I don't know, I guess high-end store and tried to buy something and you were looked down on. It brings that back. It just brings that back. But this is done. And I guess, shockingly enough, even though I do buy a number of things from stores like this, I'm never comfortable going into them, because, yeah. Anyway, back to work. I have a meeting that I'm running late for because I had to stay at the Selfridges for almost an hour before I was seen. So now off to my meeting. I'm actually not running late for the meeting. I'm going to be on time for the meeting, but I'm running late for lunch. So I'm going to have a very quick lunch, then have the meeting. I was going to have like a longer lunch, but now I can't. Hey guys, future me here. I'm editing the video and realized that I didn't really do a proper outro, and I wanted to put some context around what you just saw. So what had happened was that I had gone to Selfridges during my lunchtime to buy lipstick and lip liner. After purchasing it, I realized, it was probably about maybe max 20 minutes after I purchased it, that okay, maybe I really didn't want one of the products, which was the lip liner. I went back to Selfridges to return it, and I was told when I arrived that, oh, they cannot do a return, even though it'd been less than 30 minutes, and I wasn't informed of that I couldn't return such purchase when I was buying the item. I obviously objected and said, no, like, why can't I return it? It says on your receipts that I can return within 30 days. Then I went back and said they said their new policy, I believe it was the Sunday, this was a Tuesday, and that this new policy had just come into effect and that they couldn't take it, and that it's at the back of the receipt. I was like, well, firstly, who reads the back of the receipt? Secondly, when I was buying the item, you did not inform me. My expectation is that you'd inform me if you have a new policy in place. Now, I think, as I mentioned in the last part of the video, one of the things that I'm always, as a person, very conscious of, being a Black person, particularly going to spaces that are not always very comfortable, is to make sure I mind my P's and Q's. Now, I know not everybody's like that, and that's absolutely okay. You don't have to be me. So I'm always very conscious of that, but at the same time, I feel that I have a right to be in those places, and I should be in these places. When I was younger, I was very often looked down on and spoken down to by a lot of shop, staff in places like this if I asked questions. So when I went back and I raised the point that I wanted to return it, these people at the counter, including the managers, all of whom exemplify a particular type of counter staff, spoke down to me, were insinuating that they felt I was not worthy enough to have purchased the item, and as such they were not going to really address my point. I insisted on speaking to someone in Selfridges, the main body of the company. Obviously, I was told that all the managers, every single one of them, were in a meeting and they were not going to be available for a number of hours. I said, not a problem, I'll wait. So I waited. While I was waiting at the counter, I did not hear a single person, including the manager of that stand, tell anybody purchasing any item at the stand that there was a new policy in place regarding returns. I now raised this with the manager, saying, I've been standing here for about 20 minutes. I've seen a few purchases, including one that you did, and at no point did you mention this new policy to anybody. And you're claiming that I was told by one of your staff about this new policy? At which point, they then started talking about the policy. I was obviously getting frustrated, but I chose not to show it because I had a meeting, like, I would say about an hour and a half from the time I was having this conversation. So I knew I could manage my time. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't great because then I meant I had to work later into the night just to make up for those time and to make up the work that I wasn't able to do while I was waiting. I could have chosen not to, but I think I always feel a bit guilty because of my position in the company not to give less, even though I have the privilege of being able to give less if I wanted to. I then took a picture of the items, posted it on Instagram, and I kid you not, within 10 minutes, all these incredibly busy managers, one of them was able to come down and address my issue. Now, I'm not necessarily sure. No, there was no mass movement from my, Instagram followers saying, oh, yes, this woman has been upset. But I tagged Selfridges, I tagged Charlotte Tilbury, I noted my displeasure about this. So I believe that there was some social media pressure that got somebody out to come and speak with me. But ultimately, it was very disappointing because it's not a nice experience when someone is talking down to you and when you can clearly see that they are wrong. They know they're in the wrong, but they choose to undermine you and they choose to look down on you and they choose to make you doubt your sanity. And this is something that I face quite often as a Black woman in the UK. The gaslighting is not to be just with. The gaslighting, the insinuating, the subtle, who are you and what are you doing here type of a thing. And yes, everybody wants to have a pretty woman moment, but fuck Pretty Woman. I am pissed. I was pissed off. I think even now relaying the story again, I feel very upset about it. But what it did tell me was to keep away from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not going to ever buy anything from Charlotte Tilbury ever again because of this experience. Unfortunately for me, some of the products that I do like are still stocked in Selfridges, one of which is Bully, which you saw in the video that I posted last week. But interestingly enough, when I actually went to that concession stand in Selfridges, they didn't have what I wanted. So I guess I ended up not buying anything at Selfridges. Anyway, this is all to say, no matter how old you get, there's always going to be some person who can make you feel like the bullied teenager you were. And the important thing is to realize that you're more than that, you're better than that, and I know it's a horrible thing to say, you not only do you need to rise above it, you must show them that they're beneath you in such circumstances. So thank you for listening to my TED Talk, and for now, take care, guys.